Morning. Hello, Gregor. You're always first, I think. At least for the last few weeks, I think you've always been first. How you doing? Hello, Colin. David, Andy. Ping, 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 ping. Coffee, yes, yum. Just made it. Hello, tiny LED matrix. Welcome. Oh, it says my stream is bad. Straight away. Do I have any drop frames? No. G'day, Mike. How you doing? Folks, please let me know if my stream is bad, if there's any drop frames or stuttering or anything. G'day, Mike. Hello. The H. I'm calling you the H. Hello, the H. Because I have no idea still how to pronounce that. G'day, Paul. How you doing? It's bright outside. Can everyone see? It is super bright. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, we've gone over the hump of it being super dark when I start my stream. But, yeah, weird. And it's quite pleasant weather outside. I mean, walking around in a t-shirt outside. It's not warm, but it's not cold. Good morning, Matt. Okay, awesome. Thank you, David, for letting me know. I turned my brightness down on this one as well, so I don't look like I'm a vampire. The H-ster. The H, yes. How's everyone's week been? Everyone been doing anything exciting? Working on cool projects? Making cool videos? I know Colin has been. Hey Colin, so I printed this in my Prusa silver or grey, whatever colour it is. It's pretty cool. It's just very small. Definitely can't fit strips of much in here, and even like resistors. Couldn't get many resistors in there. They're pretty wide, all of my resistors. Hello, Rob. Thank you, the H, for giving me permission to call you the H. It's getting colder there, is it, Mike? We're still having some cold days. It's Melbourne weather. I don't know if you know anything about Melbourne weather, but we have 4 seasons in one day. It's quite regular. It's very common in Melbourne. So, but it's nice to like get up in the morning and come out here to set up early and not have to put on 2 jackets to come out to my office. I normally come out about an hour before the stream starts and turn the heater on just to warm up the office, but this morning I just put it on really low because I just didn't need it. So I really like how this is designed. For those that don't know, this is a little, there's supposed to be like a resistor compartment. You put resistors in. It's 3D printed, and it's got, the way it's designed is you can slide in. So you've got like a sliding point there, and you've got rails on that side. And then you've got a sliding point there, and you've got rails on that side. And so you can stack them all up. And Colin, I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, Colin Hickey, he showed a picture of, like, I don't know how many he's printed, 20 of them, 30 of them. An uneven number he's printed. So it's going to trigger people's even number OCD issues. But they fit in, you can only have 20. Yeah, the resistors I've got much wider packets than that. I don't know if I can get to one. Do I have one lying, just something lying around? Where's my box box? There it is. Hold on a second. Oh, I can't get to them. They're buried. That's okay. G'day, Leo. Welcome. I said hi, Rob, didn't I? And did I say hello, Gavin? Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Hello, Gavin. And hello, Rob, if I didn't say hi, Rob. Yeah, so I want to use mine for for strips of my mostly used components. So I've been using these, like you've all seen these. Labels don't stick on them very well. They're really awkward to use, I have to say. Just like, so when there's paper in them, like this paper is really rigid. So just getting it out sometimes, like you're supposed to be able to just pull the plastic and that it makes it come through. And on the plastic strips it does, and it works quite well. So with the plastic strips of components, these are great. But for the paper ones, they're just a nightmare. I've started not even threading them through now, through the holes, and I just pull them this way. So I wanted something that I can, and I've got, like they don't hold enough, right? I've got bags and bags of components here. These are my small bags, right? And I've got, you know, lots of 1,000 rolls everywhere. And so what I wanted to do was just cut them up into strips of 10 or 20, like they were going in a book, but just have strips of them in a compartment, so I can just, whoops, I can just lean over, open it, pull a strip out, take some out, put the strip back in. The problem with these is they take quite a while to print. They're not long enough to do a good number of strips. I'd want it to be at least this long and wider. And I know I can scale it up, but they take too long to print. They're not really cost effective. I might as well just go get a small component rack and put it on my desk. Will cost me a lot less. Maybe not as satisfying as printing these, but it would cost me a lot less. So, but I thought it was a really nice design. It printed really well. And this was the first print I made with the Prusa Silver that I got with my Mark III that I'd never used. I quite like it. And I printed my first Reflow Master case for someone in the grey as well. And the grey looked really good. Really nice. Anyway, I just wanted to... Whoa, and the tolerances are great. You see that? I just went like this. Whoa, and I went flying out. Okay, I'm going to put that away. So, now I've got components everywhere. Didn't miss anything? No? Okay, so, today, folks, I know it feels like I keep going over this ESP32. So this is my revision 2 that you all saw me. I built 2 of them. And yes, you all saw me go through the whole trying to get rid of the bridge. Does everyone remember the bridge? Here? That I was trying to get rid of for about half an hour. And it turns out that it's intentional. Yeah. So this board is using the FTDI chip. The 231XS, FT231XS, which is a really nice chip, I have to say, but it's expensive. It's $3, $3.50, I think, either Australian or US. Andy, are you laughing at me with the whole getting rid of the bridge thing again? It was such a silly mistake. So, I wanted to... ages ago, you would have seen in a, hello, DJ Model Railway. And now, is it Des? I think it's Des. See if I can remember that. Tell me what your name, what your name was. I think it's Des. So, you would have seen in a mail a while ago, I got all the components here. Let me just bring this in, just so you can see. We'll talk about the chip. Put it in here. I laid all my components out, or most of them, just to make it easier for me to build today. So, I got some of these chips a while ago. I got 10, I'll put it over here. I got 10 of the CH340Gs, and I got 20 of the 340Cs. Hello, Peter. Ah, Mr. Ludgate, hello. Only here for a little bit. Okay, we'll have to make that little bit memorable. Let's see what I can blow up while Stephen's here. Anyway, so these are the cheap Chinese chips, the serial to UART type chips that have been going around that are used on a lot of the WeMOS boards and some of the other, like all the clones. The good thing about them is they're really cheap. They're like 58, 60 cents each, which is way cheaper than $3.58 or whatever they are for the FTDI. And there are quite a few flavours now. There's the G, which people have seen. There's the C, which I'm going to use here. There's an E. I'm not sure what the E does. But the C has a built-in oscillator, where the E, you need an external oscillator and caps to drive it. So I was kind of glad I got some of the G's and the C's, and I didn't know at the time that the C actually didn't need an oscillator. I just found them and they were cheap, and so I ordered them. So I was very happy that I got 20 of those. So I redesigned the ESP32 board, let's pull back a bit, for my revision 3 to use these new 340C chips, because I wanted to keep the cost down, and I also wanted to just experiment with them and use one, try one out, see how easy they are to work with. I've got 340 drivers. I think most of us these days have 340G or C drivers on our machines because we've used a Wemos or a D1 Mini or whatever. Got one of the silicon mats, so handy. Which silicon mats? That's not a silicon mat, that's a 3D print. I've seen those silicon mats, Mike, the ones that have got the different holes in everything else. No, this is a 3D print. This is supposed to be a component holder. You might actually be able to see there's some little dots here. It's supposed to be to hold strips, but they break off really easily. There's a few of them just sitting around. Yeah, this is just a 3D print. I tried it for something and it didn't work for what I wanted it for, but I use it occasionally just to put components on. Much easier than just having all my trays everywhere and trying to rip them out as I'm going. I never had a problem with those chips. Which ones, the 340s? No, the 340s are okay. Sometimes, like on a Mac, you can have some driver issues with them. Yeah, it does look like one of those mats. I wouldn't mind getting one of those mats, maybe. Not getting rid of this, but yeah, I don't know. The whole green is getting a bit much. What did I miss? Blow something up? No, I don't want to blow something up. I'll blow something in my nose. I'm gonna blow my nose. Must go to a posh gym. Missed that. Freddie usually does, but he must have been. Ah, okay. We're talking about people at the gym. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. So I got some new boards. If you look at the date, the 5th. They've been sitting here for. What's the date today? Is the 5th today? It is. 1 month. These have been sitting here. 1 month. And I haven't opened them because I just haven't had time. Haven't had time and made excuses and whatever. I mean, I could have done it, but I wanted to do it on video. So I've set the stencil up. Here's a revision 3. Obviously, it's a new stencil because they're new parts. I set a stencil up yesterday, and I did it upside down on purpose. I'll explain why in a moment. But I haven't actually opened this packet yet, so I did it based on my previous board. I'm actually using some revision 1 ESP boards of mine here, just to hold, because I'm running out of proto board again. It's the 4th, it's the 5th here, mate. I live in the future, you know that. I have one of those silicon mats. Black was a mistake though, as it's hard to make out some components. You want to get one of the bright blue ones, I think, Colin. They look really cool. Sir Freddie Flintoff. Oh, really? Yeah, Des, so that you can get some 340 issues, depending on the drivers you're using. They can be problematic. I actually ended up buying a driver, an actual, a proper supported driver from someone. I think it's the first time I've ever actually bought a driver for my computer, for hardware. But anyway, so I'm going to open these live on the stream, just to prove that it's all real. Prove that this is not pre-recorded and that I am not a robot. Well, you know I'm not a robot, because if I was a robot I wouldn't make so many mistakes, would I? Live. So my plan is to just build one of these today. And if it works out okay, then I'm going to... This is going to be the version I release as in open source. I was hesitant about, just making sure I'm in focus. I was hesitant about releasing my previous board open source just because it's using quite an expensive FTDI chip. And I think that would have put a lot of people off. I mean, that chip costs as much as pretty much all these other small components together. It's just a little bit much. As it is, the modules are expensive enough. Hello, Jim. You're just on time. But the worst USB URCs you can find for low cost. I do prefer the Scilabs. The CP2104 is what I'm using on my other board. I've got some of those as well. The problem with the CPs is they're QFN chips. They're much harder to put on. You can't really hand solder them. I know the 340s aren't fantastic, but the drivers are getting better, and there are stacks more boards using them. So I figured for someone that wanted to potentially put one of these together themselves, it was a better choice. They're easy to get. They're much cheaper to get. You can't get FTDI chips from China. I mean, they're American. You can only buy them through... It's like you can't buy a microchip. You can't buy SAMDs from China. You can buy boards with SAMDs on them, and they're not cheap, but you can't actually buy the chips themselves, only through the States. Hello, Nicholas. Oh, did you go to EMF camp? Really? I am so jealous. I was following it on Twitter. Pictures looked fantastic. Looked really exciting. I knew what you meant, tiny LED matrix. That coast. Yes. But I've never, like all the boards I've got here, I think have got 340Gs on them. I've not actually tried a 340C. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Doesn't even look like it's the right size. Yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. It's also a much nicer chip to work with. Like if you look at the number of pins, I mean the pitch on the FTDI chip's quite hard to work with. It's a hard G. Hard G is good. A GIM? Is that what G? Sorry, so it's a GIM. Okay, I apologise, but I might call you Jimmy. Because I might not remember. It's okay. I get called all sorts of things. No one can pronounce my name unless they've heard it. I get called Sean. I get called Zion. I get called, I get called asshole a lot. So anyway, let's get one of these going. Let's put one of these boards together, and I want to program it and see how we go. What I might do is actually put, I don't want to build a 4th revision with the CP2104, even though I like it now. As I said, I used it on my, well, I'll explain why this is sitting in a vise in a moment. I'll explain why it's in a vise later. Maybe if Alan pops in, we'll talk about that. Hello, Digicool Things. You can sell the boards module as a Tindy option. Cheaper those with modules in stock already. Yeah, so what I was thinking of doing was, I'm going to potentially open source both versions. I'll open source both versions. So one with the 340 and one with the FTDI. So I'm doing that underneath. I'm not going to do a version with the CP chip. You can see it there. It's too hard to hand solder on for most people. And then what I'm going to do is, I was thinking of putting them just as a kit on Tindy, just as, with or without the ESP type thing. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I promised myself I wouldn't mention the word Tindy today in my stream. Anyway. So this is on, just very quickly, I'm going off on the side. Oh, hello. 83, you need to contact me. I have your giveaway sitting here still, and no address for you. One of your question was one of the 5 picked on my giveaway. Can you please, you can use my contact form on my website. Don't post your address here. Can you please send me your address so I can send you a little package? It's just been sitting on my couch for like a month and a bit now. So what are the cons of cons? Okay, so the pros and cons. The CP2103, 2104, or that whole series, they're a well designed and the drivers for them are really, really good. Thank you, cool. There's also someone else. I have to remember his name. If he pops in, he hasn't been on chat for a while. Oh, an Englishman in Brazil is saying hi from Brazil. How bizarre. So the drivers for the Scilab stuff's really good, and the chips they're fast and they're reliable, but they're also not overly expensive. They're less expensive than the FTDI. They're only about around $1 each, depending on where you buy them from. You can get them from China, from AliExpress. But yeah, it's a much harder package to put on. The where is it? Oh, it's over there. The 340 is actually much cheaper still. It's half the price. So the CP, or in this case, the 2104s that I bought were a third of the price of the FTDI, and the 340 was half again. So when you're trying to keep costs down, they're yeah, I mean you can see there the difference between the two. Oh no, that's the FTDI. Wow, I'm getting stuff all over the place. There it is. You can see the difference in size. It's much easier to work with. Hand solder it, but it's much bigger. I'm using all three because I wanted to experiment with all three. With the smaller ESP modules, the new ones, or they're not overly new, but yes, they're very cool. They take up a lot less space, but they're also not shielded, which means there's no certification on them. Hello, Alan. Timing. Look what I've got in front of me, Alan. So, yeah, I've been thinking about that as well, and they're also much harder to get. They're much harder to source, and they've moved most of the passives inside the chip, which is great. You still need some external passives with them, but otherwise they're exactly the same. So, yeah, I've just got a stack of the ESP32s. So just very quickly, the reason this is sitting in a vise, Alan was over here yesterday, we were chatting about it. I was contemplating removing some of these components. This is the board that's wired wrong. I've got my new boards are being manufactured at the moment for the clock. They're coming, hopefully by Friday, they'll be here. And I feel really bad about, like, I'm not going to use this board. Like, it works, I could bodge wire it, kind of, but I can't bodge wire it to my new wiring. So I was thinking of, like, rather than just having the parts in and do nothing, hot airing them off, and Alan and I were talking about hot airing from underneath to get them off easier. So it's sitting in a vise ready for me to hot air, which I might do. This is an ESP32S. They're not the small ones. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about there's a new chip. Well, not. It's been around for a while. It's new, as in it's pretty much unheard of. It's unshielded, and it's a much bigger chip. They've moved everything into pretty much everything into the die. So if you, I wish I could remember what the model name was. Hang on, let me just. I need some paper. I'll draw on this. I'm just going to draw. I know I haven't started yet. Do you think of using a bare ESP30 chip only instead of the one currently soldered there? Smaller, harder solder, but I doubt it would present you an issue. No, I want to use the other one because I want it shielded. So if I'm going to be selling these or whatever else. Hello, Tim. Hello, Tabletronics. 8285? Is that what it's called? I thought there was a 4 in it. Is there an 8284 or something? So, if you look at this is just really rough, right? But if you look at a module like this, the ESP32, right? Inside the shield, what you've got is a microcontroller, and you've got some accompanying chips in here, whatever, and then there's a whole bunch of passives and stuff, and all sorts of things in there. There's some flash RAM and whatever inside this module, right? What they've got with their new chip. See, Mike, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You haven't missed a lot, Tim. Not yet. We're just talking about, just talking about the merits of all the different UART chips that I've been playing with and stuff like that. And now we're talking about just some ESP modules. So with this other chip that they've got, and it might be the 8285, but I'm sure there was a 4 in the number somewhere. What they've got is it's unshielded, and it's a much bigger chip. It's like that. And they've pretty much moved 90% or 95% of the external stuff inside the chip, inside the die. Electronics has the memory built into the chip. Sure. Okay, that could be another version again. I don't know. Pick up the D4. It could be the D4. Yeah. There's a 4 in it. There's a 4 in the name. I can't. I was told about it last week at a Hackerspace meeting. I can't remember what the model is. Sorry, I'll look it up. I can post it in the description later. But they pretty much moved 90% or 95% of all the external stuff inside the shield into the chip. So it's pretty much one chip and a couple of passives you put down. So it takes up a lot less space. I probably haven't drawn that to scale. It's probably a little bit smaller. So it takes up a lot less space, but it's not certified at all. So, you know, technically you're not supposed to sell anything that has a chip on it that does RF that isn't shielded and certified. Like, you're not even supposed to sell it to other makers, right? So, with 8 mega flash embedded, okay, so that's different. For moving parts and rework, you might want to consider investing in a preheater. Yeah, I thought about a preheater, but, you know, and Digicool Things just got a preheater, actually. He's got a video on his channel about a preheater we just bought. I think it's is the 100 by 100, the one you bought, although a bit smaller, and he's going to be trying to use it as a reflow oven. Tim's saying yes, it's the Pico, the D4, yeah. Yeah, I knew there was a 4 in it, I just couldn't remember the name. So they're actually quite hard to get, and yeah, I don't know, like if I was making stuff just for myself, fine, no problem. I could definitely do unshielded, but I don't want to do unshielded for anything that I'm making, especially if I'm looking at selling it. I mean, it's not like the FCC is going to come running after me personally and I'm going to get in trouble, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, they're shielded for a reason. I mean, RF interference is quite problematic. Anyway, I digress. Let's build one of these things, shall we? Let's get all this out the way. I've got my board. I need to just take these ends off. Use my preheater to easily swap some faulty NeoPixels from my board. Awesome. Yeah, preheater's a good idea. The problem with the preheater, at least for the case of reflowing, so of just removing those parts on the board. Who suggests Peter? Yeah, I don't have the 3 or 4 weeks to wait to get a preheater. Might as well just use my hot air from underneath. Should work just as well. There's only really 2 components I'm looking at getting off, just because of their cost. I mean, I've got plenty of other ESP32 8266s lying around. Like, it's not like I'm running out of them, but I feel like it's a waste. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Peter. This is pretty much everything in the world then needs a FCC certification. The price for the D4s are €4.50. Or was that pounds? I can't see. Tim, you talking about those, or are you talking about just the room modules? Okay, I'm confused which one you're talking about. Now, the reason I did this upside down, just quickly, is because the components are really close to the bottom of the board here, and I didn't want to, when I was trying to pull it out, I didn't want to put my finger all over the paste, because I've done that before. So there's plenty of room up on this end where the antenna is, so I put the stencil on upside down. Now, yeah, I didn't think this was going to fit. I knew this board was a bit bigger. I figured I'd have to rejig this. That's a pain, but that's okay. I can live with that. Did you make a video about using the preheater as reflow? He did, the H. It's on his channel. It is on his channel. Let's go and grab... Wow, that's moving quickly. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. There you go. That's Digicool Things channel. That's where yes, he has done a video on his heater. So I just need to realign this. I have to put some more tape down. Just bear with me a second. I knew I'd have to rejig this. How much is the D4 at Mouser Tiny LED Matrix? Can you let me know what the price is? I'm just curious. No problems, mate. It's a good video. I'm still a bit skeptical that you're gonna. I mean, once again, I mean, you know, I'm using a toaster oven, so like I can't talk. But I'm sure you'll get it to reflow properly. But I'm skeptical you're gonna get it to match any real profile. It's yeah. Especially without some type of controller. But if it works, it works. Yeah, see, that's expensive. I mean, I buy these modules for about $5 Australian. And 3.8. Let's see what that is. So 3.8 euro in AUD. Wow. Is that going to tell me or not? Is $6.15. So $1.15 more expensive. Hey Neffers. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Yeah, so it's actually more expensive. $1.13 more expensive than this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm maybe I'll get one and have a look at it. Thanks, 8.3. I'm sure it's 8.3. If I'm mispronouncing, I apologise. Yeah, my friend Christos, who's in Greece, he gets stung with taxes and customs and duties every single order of anything he brings into the country. That's crazy. I don't understand why a country cripples their people like that. Okay, I'm going to have to replace this down too. Wow, look at that. It's been going for half an hour and I haven't even started putting a board together yet. Does that look good? Can everyone see? Looks pretty good to me. Okay. Pasty time. So if I can do it without getting paste everywhere. It works surprisingly well. Get 150 degrees soak, then push to 215 and manually move. Yep. I mean, if it reflows, right? Like if you watch it and you see it reflow, then it's working. But it's the I don't know the science behind it. Like in terms of why they have such exacting reflow graphs that you're supposed to work with. But you know, I don't know what happens inside the paste. I mean, they're little. So inside here, like inside the viscous material, is you know millions of little balls of solder. You know, I don't know what happens to them, what the outcome's supposed to be if it's under reflowed or over reflowed. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I know it can go brittle, but I don't know what the ramifications really are. So Customs occasionally. Hello, Michael. $4 US. Right, $4 US, yeah, which is still more, a little bit more. It's $5.30, $5.40. It's fine. I mean, it's not like we're starved for choice when it comes to microcontrollers these days. Wow, pretty cool, I think. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in for everyone, shall we? Everyone can critique my pasties. Make sure we're focused. It's not bad. Oh, get the light out of the way. I'm looking at the at the monitor to check it because it's bigger than looking at it here. That looks good. Okay, let's get the board out. Once again, quick clean up so I don't waste the paste. Oh, I put the lid back on. That was stupid. Hey, Dave Darko. Have I done any extra more work on the Hot Wheels timer, Neffers? No, I have not started designing a board for it yet. So I've just done the two parts, the proto and the code. I just have way too many projects on at the moment. I'll get to it at some point. I just got paste all over my mat. That was clever. Oops, already live. Didn't even think I'd still be awake. Well, you are awake, and yes, already live. Good evening to you. Okay, clean that later. Okay, put it in the middle. Cool, let's do this, shall we? Where are we going to start? I've got all my components. I might turn the board around, get my components closer so everyone can see. So I've just taken the regular stuff, got it here. Might have to come a bit closer to me. That's as close as I can get and still be on camera. Haven't done a board yet. Works out about 200% in the end, plus the part and shipping. If they say it's worth £100, then that's what they calculated on. Wow. Well, hello, Mr. David Watts. Oi, oi. Yeah, that's pretty bad. When Customs does that to you, an Englishman, terrible. Hi, 90% metal, I believe. I set up insulation, the heat and cooling profile. I set up an oven, got a controller, added insulation. The heat and cooling profile is to avoid thermal expansion contraction. Possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I don't understand why it has to be so exact, because it doesn't have to be. Because before I had my Reflow Master, I was doing it by eye in my oven, and I built stacks of stuff and didn't have a problem with any of them. The only time I had a problem was when I was using a high temp paste, and I was destroying some NeoPixels because obviously I was overcooking them. But other than that, I don't know, I didn't really have any problems. So let's start with the regulator, because why not? If I can turn it over. Get over. Okay. Turn it around. I'm just going to not look at chat for a second, sorry. This is not really a board you can hand solder, I don't think. Can we get closer? It's got a bit closer, just, here we go. I just don't really think it's a board that's hand solderable easily, so I worry that, you know, about putting this out as a kit. There's no point putting this board out as a finished board because I can't compete on price, right? Regulators, mount up. Ah, David. So let's get the ferrite bead on so I don't confuse it as a cap. Yeah, so like, it's just no point me doing it as a finished product, but I was thinking that it would be interesting as a kit for people that wanted to actually build an ESP32 development board but didn't want to design one. And I could absolutely do a turn over. Can anyone see me trying to turn this over? It's like a little turtle upside down. I could absolutely do one with a Mylar stencil. But it just obviously adds cost and time. Okay, I can't see where the pin 0 is. You have to run for a bit. See you later, Michael. Silicon, a highly water absorbent problem. What have I missed? I don't know. Mount up. David's in on it. David and David. All the Davids. Okay, so I need to see which way pin 0 is on this. Pin 1. Because it's the worst design chip ever in terms of being able to see which way it goes. And I can't even see me putting it down in the right spot. Okay, I have no idea if that worked. Let's see if that worked. Let's see if we can get over the top of it. No, not even close. Can everyone see that? Hang on, let me get closer. That is not on. That is not on at all. Let's see if I can get it a bit better. I might start using just 2 transistors instead. Where is it? Come on, get it. Get it, get it. What happened? So I'm trying to get in the magnifying glass so everyone can see. But it's not working. Oh, there we go. It's better. It's not great. I might fix that after. If I go to 2 individual transistors, it would be much easier to put down. Now I might just quickly fix that now, because you know what, I'm going to forget, right? So bear with me a moment. This is where a microscope would come in handy. Wow. Okay, I'm going to leave that there like that. Who have we missed? Brijesh, if that's how you pronounce it. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I get all my, everyone knows, I get all my PCBs from JLC PCB. There we go, let's put that back again. Let's get some diodes on, some shotkeys. Let's get our 2 shotkeys on. I also spaced these apart on this board. They were really close together on my last design. Can't even see the dashes on that. What is going on with my eyesight, folks? Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, okay. I got them too close together. Indeed, it would see on. What are you talking about? We're talking. All right, we're talking about the microscope. Yes. So Des is on board with me getting a microscope. I need to get something though that I can have a camera out. Have you given in? No, I haven't given in to the temptation of buying one. You know what? I've gone through a change in my life. I know this is going to sound really bizarre, right? I'm going to put this chip on. So, I've never been one to shy away from spending money, right? And let's just remind everyone, I'm not independently wealthy. I'm at all. I'm not one touch lotto, or lotto, whatever you want to call it. But I've never shied away for spending money, especially spending to make money. You know what I mean? Like, I've always believed that you got to, not so much that you have to spend money to make money, but you don't. If you're using it, if you need a tool and you're using it to make money, or to, you know, meaning to using it for a process, then you buy the best you can, and you don't skimp, and it improves your profitability potentially, whatever, right? But I've gone through a phase of my life now where I'm sick of spending money, especially sick of spending money on technology. I know it's really bizarre. So as much as like I want a new laser, and I want laser cutter, and I want a new like a microscope and a pick and place, and they're all things that I want. But the truth is I can live without them. And I don't know. I'd rather hold on to my money, what little I've got. Maybe that's part of the problem, right? I don't know. So I haven't given in to the temptation of buying anything. I've stuck a pick and place in a shopping cart a few times, but didn't order. The microscope I really want is $1,000. Grandpa glasses. We're getting microscope soon. So you're going to get that model you sent me the link for, Des? That'll be cool. The problem with it, I need something that's got an articulated arm. I don't want to be moving the base around all the time. I want something that's attached, you can't even see, attached over here, that I can move out the way and swing it back in. And I couldn't find any articulated arms on that site. Speculate to accumulate. Yes, it does cripple the wallet. Hello, Roger. Well, it depends on the low-cost pick and place you're talking about. But yes, I always use DHL. Or for Australia anyway. I pay the extra and I get my boards in 2 or 3 days. Very important for me. I hate waiting for my boards. Because I iterate a lot. I don't like ordering something and then having to wait 2 weeks to get it just to find out that I need to do a new revision. So, okay, so that's positive on that side. Better make sure we get these LEDs on the right way. I can't even see where they go. Okay. So it's blue. I've got a blue and a red one. Whoa, that's on the right way. Okay, so this is the red one. Using red for power, 3.3 volt power, and I'm going to use blue for pin 13. Just going to turn this around so I can see. It's just up here. But I can't see where ground is. Just bear with me a second. Because I didn't print a schematic, because you know, schematics are overrated. Yep. Ground is on top. I need to turn this around. Okay. Okay, so I didn't see an articulated arm, Des. If you get a chance, let me know. Can you send me a link? Let me know what you end up getting. Data curve from some other suppliers is still taking nearly 2 weeks. Yeah, JLC PCB is fast and really good quality. They really are. Like, I know they seem like they're new on the scene. They're a big manufacturer. Hey, I'm not scared of my USBs anymore. But you guys haven't seen the video yet. I've got a video coming up about it. Or not about this. I'm working on a project in the video. So these are my new USBs that I got from JLC PCB. And they've got little, see if you can see, little grey feet on the bottom. You can't even see. And they plug, watch this. No more alignment problems. You ready? I don't know if I can get it in. There we go. Look at that. They plug right in. The holes. Oops, missed. Oh, please tell me I'm using the same footprint here. Why is that not going in? Okay, I might have spoken too soon. Anyway. That looks like it's sitting high. Whoops. Okay, that's not going in. And I wrecked my diode. And now I'm annoyed. What's going on with this? Did I pick the wrong one? Now I've just smeared everything everywhere. They've got little feet. Why aren't they fitting on? The feet aren't going in with this board. Okay, I'm making a mess of the board, but I don't care. I'll start again if I have to. Why is that not fitting in? Let's go grab another one. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to grab one of my boards. Yeah, well, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. That's okay. I'll start again if I have to. Why is this not fitting in? That one fits in. Perfect. Look at that. This one is locked in place. Did I pick up the wrong... Oh, I picked up the wrong USB. That's why. You, mister, can piss off. That's annoying. Okay, so I've smeared paste everywhere, but I'll be able to fix it. That's okay. Let's fix the diode. Wow, that was embarrassing. There we go, look at that. My new USBs fit, by fluke, this socket. I might have to touch up the pads. I might have smeared them, but that's okay. Smeared, that's a technical term. What am I missing? Hello, David Grants. Welcome. Sorry, your chat was almost off the top. I was just busy wrecking my board. Yeah, DHL's expensive. No doubt it's expensive. Well, I don't know about the rest of the world. Like, not a lot of options coming to Australia because anything that isn't DHL or FedEx takes 2 or 3 weeks. Like if JLC PCB sent it via post, even their fastest post, even Australia Post, is still 2 or 3 weeks to get to me, which is just ridiculous. Like I could swim there quicker and get it. For low cost PAP machines, and they were 7 years ago. Yeah, P&P's come a long way since then. I've been looking at the light pacer. It's pretty cool. It's slow, but it's pretty good. It's got the dual cameras and everything else. There's a lot of better options for P machines now. They've come a long way. A lot of new small stuff coming out of China. Unexpected USB connector. Yeah, I think Santa's missing the registration marks. No, I had the wrong USB. I must have pulled the old one out. I must have pulled my old one out because this one fits perfectly. Those are nothing but reflow won't fix, no. Anyone try registered email? No, I've never done email. Sorry. Reading live that I have, don't remember which one. Thanks for the share. Okay, I'm not sure what it's all about. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to put the ESP32 on now, and I'm going to then just do all the passives, because that's all that's left. Just lots of passives. I always get a bit freaked out when I put this on, but I shouldn't. Might go this way. I mean, I just smeared paste everywhere anyway. Hello, Christos. Welcome. It's the beer. The beer made me do it. I don't want Simone to build me a pick and place. I'll end up slapping me in the face every time it does something. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I don't know. Everyone watching? Just get a bit closer so everyone can watch me destroy this. Am I in focus? Make sure I'm in focus. Get a bit of extra light so everyone can see the disaster. You ready? You get more on the end. Ooh, not bad. Not great, but not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'm quite shocked. Check the other side. Oh, no, a bit out there. Okay. Well, that's not bad at all. Oh, that'd be awesome if I lived near SparkFun. Okay, so now it's just time for passives. Lots and lots of passives. Let's start with, what have I got here? 0.1 microfarad caps. I know I need at least one of those, if not two. Do I even have a link? I've got a, this is from my, well, you guys can't even see that, I'll do it this way. This is from my revision 2 board. It's just a list of all the parts. It's not really a bomb, kind of, it is, maybe. It reckons I've got 3.1 microfarad caps. Let's try to work out where they go. I'll pull 3 out just in case. I know that there's one just about here after the regulator. C11. That's before the regulator. There's one here after the regulator. No, that's a 1. Where's my other .1? C1 and C3. C3. Excuse me. Okay, let's get some tins. I have to open some new bags of caps. Oh, that one's already open. Cool. Let me know if I missed anything. The parallax makes them look realigned, out of alignment. Which module? What, the module? Yeah, sorry David. I'm hoping for a little bit of, you know, surface tension to fix up some alignment. Hoping anyway. Okay, 10. Okay, we have a 10 here. We have a 10 over here. And that lighting's terrible. That's also terrible. Trying to get light on it, but okay, I've got a bit of a halo effect around my head. No comments, right? C1, bottom right. Bottom right. Which way's the bottom? Up there, right. That's the top. That's where the module is. Thank you. I knew it was there somewhere. Thank you. Who wrote that? Mike. Got any Mike? Mike Doyle to the rescue every time. Okay, so I think they're the only 10s. Should only have 2 10s. Put them away before I forget what they are. Okay, I need 1 microfarad. I've got some 1s over here. So I need, got a couple of 1s. and get it out. So as I said, this board is exactly the same as my Rev 2, except for the UART. Okay, we have one there, and we have another one over there. Okay, so resistors. We have a whole bunch of all different types. Got a few 10Ks, apparently. Okay, so an R6 is a 10K and an R1 is a 10K. There's a couple of 10Ks there. Is everyone bored watching me build boards these days? Like, surely something better you all could all be doing with your time. Surely. Okay, so they're 10s. I have 2 more 10s over there that go around the dual inline transistor. I'm really hating using. I was thinking of making this board smaller on this revision and putting some 0603 parts on there. Catch you later, Paul. Thanks for joining. Sorry if I'm missing anyone coming or going. Oh, Stephen Birch is here. Hello. USB looks a bit wonky. You know, USB is good. The USB's got little registration holes. It's in line. It doesn't move. It's on the board. It's great. It could just be the parallax. It helps you not off to sleep. Thank you. That's just awesome. Appreciate that. Okay, I need some passives out of here. Okay, I need a 100K. Go through a lot of 100Ks. It's nice background noise. I'm just noise. Well, I don't even know what to say about that. See on his background noise. Oh, let's push this one in. So it's 430. In this case, it's going to be 470 because that's all I've got. I actually no, that's not true. I've got a whole packet of unopened passives that I'll get to one day. I'll open it one day if I ever do another mail video. I've got so much mail banked up, it's not funny. When you're choosing the components for the board, you first check out what else you have in stock. Been doing a small board this week and seemed a bit of a minefield. So I've only just recently started using LCSC. All of this stuff was purchased before I did any of that. I used to do everything through Ali. I tend to order stuff from LCSC anytime I do boards now. I just restock on stuff, like, you know, these. So I bought these USB, like a whole, how many, I think I got 50 of them, not knowing that they were the perfect ones for my footprint. And so, like, in this order that's being made at the moment, I got another 150 of them. So I'm never going to run out again. I'm never going to stop using this footprint, and I'm never going to run out. It's going to be perfect. It's very hard to find things on there sometimes, yes. They've got so much stuff, and a lot of their stuff is Chinese stuff. And it's original Chinese stuff. It's not like copied chips of other things, but it's just stuff that I've never seen before or know anything about. So it can be quite difficult. Like if you're looking for, you know, an LDO regulator, for instance, you look for the usual parts that are on there, but there are also another 300% of other parts from Korea and China and all sorts of places, Malaysia, that you've never heard of, that have got amazing specs. But yeah, like you just, you know, you go looking for one thing out of a batch of 3, you end up sorting through a batch of 100. The USB is that from LC. I don't know what model it is. I'll have to look it up, Chris. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. I was reading the chat. I've got to stop reading the chat. Okay, I need 2 1Ks. I think I might be out of 1Ks. Oh, no, almost, but not quite. The guy here builds them was sending me one in the hopes I do project on hack. What SMD version we're talking about? Just realised 0 dislikes. Where are the haters? Yeah, careful, Agim, because my dislike count's been going up on my videos. It's still not high, but it's been going up. Clearly people, I don't know, why don't I just take out 1? I need 2. Yeah, I don't know, I seem to be rubbing some people the wrong way. Rubbing people the wrong way seems to be a skill of mine. Okay, my health of my stream is good, apparently. I actually need 4 1Ks. That'll be twice I put it away unnecessarily. Almost done, everyone. So I ran out of male headers. I've been, gotta be careful, I said I was going to talk Tindy today. Just one more time quickly. I've been kitting up my settlement displays, getting ready to put those on Tindy. It's a limited edition, and I went through, I've run out of headers because of what the headers I'm using to prop up the displays, the cobs. It's quite funny. So I've ordered, did I order 200 or 500 or something? Some crazy number I've ordered from LCSC. It actually made my shipping cost go up quite a bit. Still not as much as if I would have got it directly. About one of my projects is currently redesigning. I talk about the likes of Neffers. Okay, cool, Dave, thank you. Gonna get some sleep. Bye, Gavin, catch you later. Don't fire the procurement guide just yet. Thanks. Okay, that looks like everything's on. Time to reflow, folks. Yay. That was an incredibly long build. So much chatter. So much distraction. Okay, I'm going to put it in the oven. Ding dong. Okay, let's see if I can pick it up without moving this chip. Okay, it's going in the oven. Pizza time. And off it goes. Okay, now I can catch up on chat. Populated boards, nice layout design. I note some surplus disconnected copper pore around the edge. Some what? I'm gonna put that ones. Some disconnected copper pore. What are we talking about? Can't get, oh, that's the closest I can go. What are we talking about? Digicool things. Digital item is just as expensive as a microscope. Right, exactly. That's why the scope Des I was looking at was $1,000. It was 650 Australian for the one without the articulated arm, and went up to 980. And no, there was 2 types. There was one had an articulated arm. It was a slide arm. So it was like it wasn't stationary. You could move it out the way, but you still only had this much space to work in. And then the one that had the full articulated arm, you know, like one of these light things you can move around, not quite as big as that. that was, yeah, that took me up to $1,000. Quite expensive. Any purposely joined pins on the ICs on this one? No, Rob. I'm not going to sit there trying to de-bridge them, bridged pins. No, there isn't. It's pretty straightforward to put together the CH340. So I shouldn't have any problems. I don't plan on spending half an hour trying to remove a bridge that's supposed to be there. Although I can if you really want me to. I just hate the footprint with the round pads for the DC jack because I'm using the breadboard friendly jacks. That's why. I'm using these ones. Let me find one. Ah, come on, where are you? I'll find one in a second. I've got them here somewhere. I saw them the other day. Hope you can still hear me. Where are they? I can't find what... Oh, here we go. I moved them into a big container. Because I'm using these ones. If I can get one out. If I can get it out. So I'm using these ones which are breadboard friendly. They can plug into a breadboard. So they're great for prototyping. And so they need the little holes. And I used the round hole ones. And it fits great. So that's why I use that footprint. It's a very particular footprint for this. It's not a standard jack. Is that okay, Chris? Does that meet your approval? Procurement approval? I hope so. Does that left mount hole of the USB slice through the first pin? Left-hand hole of the USB. This one here? Yes, they do. They both do. It's part of the design. It's a pain. It does slice through. But the actual pins go to the outside edge. So, yeah. I mean, I've been using this on my boards everywhere. Ooh, I could use them on my new board. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive than a regular 2.1mm jack. Brian and I bought a whole bunch of them from Ali. I bought 2 packets of 10. So 20, I think. And plus I had some from Adafruit. I originally found them on Adafruit's website. Which is not connected to a net. Ooh, cool down. Hang on a second. I don't want to get distracted. Fans kicked in. I'm about to open the oven. So I meant the redundant copper pour, which is not connected to a net. Yeah, that's okay. So, I'll explain why I do that once I've opened the oven. Beep. Okay. Oven's open, let it cool for a second. So, the copper percentage, when you order a PCB, this is my understanding. When you order a PCB, the copper percentage that you choose, like 1%, 2%, whatever, that is the amount of overall copper fill for a copper pour that you do. And what you're supposed to do is make that as even as possible across the whole board. I mean, occasionally I get sections like this where there's no fill because it's completely blocked. But generally, you're supposed to use that copper pour to fill. If you're doing ground planes, like top and bottom ground plane, then you're supposed to try to cover your whole board. So that's why I allow the copper to go everywhere, like down here and whatever else. I don't have a problem with that. If it removes it because of accessibility, that's also fine. But I don't deliberately go out of my way to trace around those areas to not include them. Because it's about an even spread for copper. that is what I understand. But you know, my expertise comes from Dr. Google. Or whatever. Okay, let's get this board out. Oh, can already... Is that a funky looking resistor? I might have had a resistor move. Okay, we have to do a lot of checking on this. Let's zoom in. See if we can focus. So you can see here there's the resistors shifted a little bit. It's still connected. I think it's going to be fine. Everything else looks okay. Haven't checked for any bridges or anything yet. I'll do that in a moment. Just going to put this away before I forget. Oh, my coffee's cold. Bet my coffee's cold. Probably just the OCD in me, lol. I tweak routing to remove when I have block disconnected fills. Yeah. It's probably not an OCD thing. Like, it's not going to hurt either way, but I've just always been taught's the wrong word because I wasn't taught, but I've always just been told, I've always just seen that you're supposed to try to keep your copper fill as even as possible across, percentage-wise, across your board. So I don't care about a situation like that. So, okay, so cool down. One resistor is a little tipsy, yeah. Which one? C4. C4 is a cap. Oh, by C4, yeah, this one here. I'm going to hot air that in a moment. Let's check my iron on. I'll just clean that up a little bit. Did you call? I mentioned you in a video coming up. Actually, Friday's video. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I do mention you though. Okay, so bridge-wise it looks okay actually. I'm going to, let's see if we can get closer. So let everyone see. That all looks fine. Sorry about the reflection of the light. And let's have a look at the module looks okay. Try to get it straight parallax wise. Looks pretty good. Okay, I'm just going to fix that resistor. Just because it looks ugly. We don't do ugly. I don't do ugly in this workshop. Well, maybe a little bit ugly, but... Okay, can we get closer? No. Can we get focus? Yep. Dun, dun, dun. Can I tell you, I love my heat gun. It's my favourite tool in the office right now, I think. My preheat, I can give them a nudge while reflowing. Yes, you can! The problem with the preheat and the problem with the reflower, like using a plate reflow system, is you're only hitting the parts from the bottom, which you're not supposed to do. I know it works, but you're supposed to be providing even heat everywhere. So I use, I'll get you some stuff called Defluxit, which I get from Alan gave me some of his. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it, actually. Alan, I meant to talk to you about it if you're still here, if you haven't fallen asleep. So it's weird. It's got it smells like oranges. I'll occasionally use IPA, but sometimes I find IPA just doesn't do a great job. It definitely doesn't do a good job on like whiteboards and stuff, but I've stopped using whiteboards for the moment. Okay. That looks pretty good. Anything else I need to fix while I'm here? I don't think so. Oh, let's check the USB, shall we? I didn't check that. Let me just... Okay, I'm just going to quickly check the USB in front of my crazy little microscope just to check it. That actually looks okay. USB looks okay, folks. So we should plug this in, shouldn't we? Drunk boards. What do I miss? Ultrasonic cleaner. No, I've looked at ultrasonic cleaners, Dave. They're really expensive. IPA really just dilutes the flux unless you really bathe the thing. Yeah, it does an okay job though, David. I found like on dark boards and stuff it does an okay job, but I could never clean my original... I used to do white PCBs at the start when I was using PCBWay, and yeah, just couldn't clean them properly. This other stuff's nice, but what I found this other stuff does is, depending on the IC, it removes the writing on the top of the IC. So you look at something like the CH chip here, which almost has no writing on it at all, right? They don't etch it. It's got that really faint writing on it. When I use that other cleaner, it cleans the board beautifully, but it also leaves the top of the chip with no writing on it, which isn't great. I don't really like doing that. But you can don't get into the nooks. Yeah, I'm using these. Once again, Mr. Allen K got me some of these brushes that I'm using. So they're pretty cool. They get into the little nooks and crannies. Yeah, IPA is fine. Okay, we're going to plug this in. Moment of truth. Let's see if there's any power. I should close my oven. Okay, dun dun dun, here we go. Very small one from Lidl. Okay, that's not good. We have no power. We should have power here. Let's check for shorts. Why doesn't anything work first time? They don't look ESD safe. The brushes? I don't know if they are or if they're not. I mean, Alan is an electrical engineer. He uses them for work. So, I don't know. Oops. Okay, well... Wait, didn't check with the multimeter before? No, why would I check? Why would I check with the multimeter before? You only check it when it doesn't work, right? Okay, let's just try. We shouldn't have any short there. Do we have any short? No, where's 3 volts? Okay, I've got no shorts. Not that I can tell. Okay, that's good. So let's... This is the best part of the stream, when things just don't work. Okay, time to plug it in and check out, see if we've got any power coming in. I might have got the diodes on the wrong way around again. Wouldn't that be funny? I don't think so. Crappy new USB connector. Could be. It could be that there's a bad pin there. I'll have to check it. Ground, 3 volts. No, I've got. Hang on, let me get. I'll see if I can do this together. So you can. Let me just pull out so you can see the results with the ouch. Let me get rid of the light. There we go. So we've got ground. So we've got 3 volts. So that's good. We won't have 5 volts because there's no 5 volt connector plugged in. Oh, we do have 5 volts. Of course we've got 5 volts. 5 volts from the USB, but not 5 volts from the DC jack, obviously. Oh, that's interesting. There should not be 5 volts going from the DC jack. So I've got the diodes the wrong way around. That is bizarre. Let me just put my old board in. Dave did say it was wonky. Someone said it was wonky. Died upside down again? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I don't think so. Just want to see something. Right, so this is my my revision 2. Why have I got 5 volts there? Because no power coming back to there. That is interesting. I'll have to check my schematic on that. You know what? I wonder if I've got the LED on backwards. That'd be hilarious. Now the diode's the right way. But is my LED on the right way? That's the question. Because that'd be hilarious if that's on backwards. Because that's not the first time I've done that. Oh boy. Ground is to the left. Ha ha ha. I got my LED on back to front. Oh, why do I do that? Come on. LED's on backwards. Slight diode leakage. No, I was getting 5 volts out of it. I'll have to check my design. I really don't want to do a revision 4. Seriously? Like, I don't want to do a revision 4. I don't know why. This should be going nothing back to the barrel jack. So I got to take this LED off, turn it around. Can't believe I put it on backwards. I should stop building boards on a live stream, shouldn't I? Need a MOSFET and a diode not to allow backflow USB actually. So I'm going to stop looking at chat for the second. I have the fancy tweezers. That doesn't mean I put them on the right way. It doesn't mean I look. I might have switched these around. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's get it around. Get it back on again. Okay. Fan feedback to if other stuff I'm asking. No more LEDs on boards. Wow, David. I've been banned. David's banned me from LEDs on boards. Okay. Just gonna let it sit on here just to cool. Can't believe I did that. Live stream bloopers. This is the blooper show. I think that's why you all come here, is to watch me bloop. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's try this again. Oh, look at that. We have a power light. Oh, surprise, surprise. Wow. So, can we make the LED flash? Time to go to Arduino Sketch. I've got a blink set up. So, I'll put the LED on 13 just because I like using it, 13. Would you ever make a video... Hello, Kevin. Would I make a video describing the tools I use? Which tools? I don't know. I mean, I don't use anything specific or fancy or unusual. I'm not quite sure what type of information would you want. Oh, you know what? I don't think I've got ESP32 installed on here. Oh no. That's interesting. So, oh, okay. Does anyone remember what the package name is for the ESP32 now that it's been moved to a new thing? Oh boy, that's annoying. ESP32 Arduino package URL. My fancy tweezers. So are LED 4-dimensional beings like USB ports? Didn't I have that problem last week? With what? Does anyone have the link for the package? I'm looking for it now. You know the new link? If anyone has, can they post it? Otherwise I'm going to have to go find it. You do it on purpose to make people like myself feel good when nothing ever works. No, I honestly don't do it on purpose. Like, I really don't. Didn't I have what problem last week, Andy? Of putting LEDs on the wrong way? Excuse me while I come over here for a second. I need to get that URL. Unless someone's going to give it to me. Sorry, folks. Short delay. Okay, I'm back. Oh, did someone just... Okay. No, not the Arduino ESP32 on GitHub. No, there's... So, Espressif released an official Arduino package thing that you add to preferences for your board managers, like you do with all the rest of the ones. I'm just going to get it now. Hang on. Copy. So it's this one. So if you put that inside your board, like in preferences in the Arduino IDE, additional board managers, like the same place you stick your other stuff, like your Adafruit and your ESP8266 and stuff. Then you can go to Board Manager and install the official version 1 boards. It's now the official way of doing it. But now I have to install it. So we'll just keep chatting while that happens. ESP32 by Espressif. Install. Okay, that's downloading now. But just had the Arduino ESP URL right in that JSON. What? Oh, sorry, David. Oh, yes, silly YouTube. Oh, David's a moderator. Be nice, David. Don't paste silly URLs. I'd love to know why. Well, I can't even see what's... Let's close that. I'd love to know... I know Chris has been mentioning the MOSFET and diode, but why doesn't a diode... The diode should block the power coming back unless it's over its threshold, right? That's weird. So, I mean, maybe I just misunderstand how this works. So, I've got my, this is power from the DC jack, and it comes up through this diode, and this is power from the USB, comes up through this diode, and they join here. Power should not be able to come back around through here. There might be a little bit of leakage, but not 5 volts. Unless I've passed the threshold of these diodes, or unless my diode is funky. These are MBR 120 Schottky diodes. Already got it, David, but thank you. It's already installing. Wow. It might take another couple of minutes. Sorry, folks. So, time for some paper. I'm quite happy for everyone to give me a lesson. A lesson in electronics. You ready? I'm not going to give you a lesson. I'm going to tell you what I did. And you can tell me why I'm being an idiot. Wow, if it can focus. So if I have a power source, that's the worst drawing ever, and I go, how am I going to draw this? If I have 2 power sources, doesn't matter what they are, and if I have a diode here, and I have a diode here, and I join those together, no, I don't think I've drawn that correctly. Shirt under the diode, shirt short. No, it was on both boards though. I just checked my revision 2 as well. And they both do the same thing. I haven't drawn that correctly. Let me try that again. If I have a diode and a diode, and I have power here, and I have a power here, then power should not go that way. Just adds a small load resistor across the DC jack. Yeah, I knew I drew it wrong. Yeah, forget this. I drew that wrong. Like, power shouldn't be able to go this way or this way through here. Yeah, I redid it here. It looks like long hair with curls at the bottom. Like, power shouldn't be able to go back. That's weird. Like, I don't understand why that's... Unless I've gone over the threshold of the diode. I'll have to do some more research. I shouldn't need a MOSFET in that situation. That's what diodes are for. Is that loaded yet? Is the breakdown voltage of these diodes? Yeah, I'll have to look it up and check. Hang on. Let's see if I quickly find it. MBR 120. Data sheet. No, it's not the right. I don't think it's the wrong type of diode. They're a low drop, a low voltage, low forward voltage Schottky diode. I'm trying to get a, I'm not seeing much voltage drop at all, actually. Let me just have a look again. Move my mouse while that's still downloading. Okay, so I can't even see what I can see. What can you see? Okay, so there's that. There's the meter. So out of the USB, I'm seeing 4.8, which is about right. That's the drop I'm getting over the diode. Now if I just go to the end of the diode, 4.8, and on the other side of the diode, Interesting. I'm only getting 4.89 anyway from the USB. I'm not sure what that is. And the top of the other diode, I know I'm zoomed out a bit just so you can see the screen. Yeah, like on the other 5-volt line, I'm getting 4.8. So I'm getting 0.08, 0.09 voltage drop. So try a load resistor. Oh, David, what's going? Good night, mate. Catch you later. Have a good sleep. Oh, Jonathan's here. Hello, Jonathan. Even nanoamps of reverse diode current will give a significant meter reading. This rocket is relatively leaky. See you later, Chris. Everyone's going to sleep. That's cool. Sleep is fine. So, how do I stick a load resistor in there? Where do I stick? Dave's going to the gym tomorrow. Awesome. Good night, mate. Have a good sleep. So, cool things. Where do I stick a resistor? Where do I want to stick a resistor in this sequence? Thank you. Well, the board's fine. It's clearly by design, it seems. Even though that I'm getting power coming backwards. Voltage across each diodes at the ends of each. Voltage across each diode is... Oh, I've got these back to front. Doesn't really matter. 0.05 or 0.06. And nothing on this one. So the one that goes to the DC jack's got pretty much nothing. And the one that's on the USB port, whoa, is now 0.3. 0.3 volts. Put a resistor across the DC. Okay. I have to just mangle one in. If I can. There we go. There's mangled a resistor in. Right, and now I'm seeing no voltage. So I'm seeing 5 volts on the from the USB, or 4.6, and I'm seeing nothing on the DC jack. Maybe it's a bad diode, but then there'll be a bad diode on this board too. That doesn't make any sense. Right, so maybe I just need a resistor on the DC jack. Wow, interesting. Now I'm seeing 5 volts on that. It could be a bad diode in this case. Why am I seeing 4.6 across this diode? Leakage. So the high impedance meter was measuring the reverse leakage. Okay, it's possible, sure. Okay, well there you go. Learn something new every day. Shock your diodes and notorious for having reverse leakage. That is why you see voltage if there is no load. It's not a fault. No need to resist. No resistor needed. The current is so tiny. Thank you very much. Love learning from you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this resistor off. And this has got to finished installing, right? Yes, good. So let's see if we can blink it, because that's all I wanted to do was blink it. Oh, boards. Choose ESP32. What are we going to use? Just a straight development one. Tools. I don't even know if it's going to pick up this chip. This is the whole point, right? See, I don't think it's picked up this. The whole point of plugging this in and making it was to see whether my CH340C is working, and it doesn't look like it, because I cannot see a port for it. That's not good. I'm not going to bed until it blinks. You might not be going to bed at all, Stephen, because it's not picking up this board. Let me see if I can find another ESP32 board. Where are my ESP32s? Where are my ESP32s? Hang on. Have you installed? Yes, I've got the driver installed. So, my Lowland is using a CP2104. I don't know what boards I've got that are using a 340. Oh, a D1? Maybe my D1 Mini? Plug one of those in. And what's this using? Okay. So, I've got a D1 Mini that I'm sure is using a 340G. Where's that, a 340C? Can't tell, it's completely scraped off. Great. I don't know if that's a 340C or a 340G. Let's plug this in and see if this is getting recognized at least. I hope I put it in the right way. Whoops. Lights on. Port. Right, so this is coming up. This is a 341. CH341. So that works. I wonder what this is using. My Froggo. Oh, it's using a CP. Okay, so that's no good. But this is not picking up my chip. No, nothing. Yeah, I don't have a Mini Rev 3. So this is not picking it up. Uh-oh. So, let's try to work out why. Let's make sure we've got power going to it. I'm pretty sure we do. Oh boy. I'm also going to just, if I can, load up Eagle. I thought this was going to be a quick stream today, folks. Just want to see, schematic wise, if I've missed anything on the board. Oh, come on, mouse. Don't die on me now. Darth suggested, are you sure the USB lead is decent? Yeah, the USB is great. I use it for all my boards, and I just plugged in my D1 Mini. It was fine. Oops. So I just want to see which pin is power. Make sure I've done that correctly. Okay, so ground, pin 1. Yeah, got 3.3 volts coming to that. That's good. May have fussy pins. No, this is a good, it's an Xbox controller cable. It's actually really good quality cable. It's definitely not that. It's not the cable. Just recalling the Rev1 dev board solder bridges under the USB chip. That was Rev2, but yes, there's no... I don't think there's any bridges. I mean, I can quickly run some flux and paste over it. I can also just check it for bridges, but it looks pretty good. Okay, let's check it for bridges. But I don't think it's that. Okay, just... Okay. This might take a while. Didn't check the other side. Yeah, I really don't think there's any bridges. I mean, I'm being pretty quick and slack then testing it, but let's just have a close look here. No, there's no bridges. It's good. It's quite clean. It's quite clean. I mean, I can dab it and go over it again with some flux with my iron, but I think it's just my implementation. Maybe I got something wrong. Maybe I missed a pin or something in the design. It's quite possible. Quite possible I made a mistake. Oops, did that off camera. I apologise. I'll try to do this on camera without burning myself. Now I've created a flux mess everywhere. I'd say it's a design issue. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a design flaw on my side. We can look at the schematic in a second. My mouse, come on. Yeah, it's not popping up. So I wonder what that could be. Okay, let's have a look at the schematic. I will try to share it on my stream. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, schematic's coming. One sec. Oh, come on, mouse. Why is it not letting me do the schematic? It's not letting me pick the schematic for my to share the window. Window capture. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had to repopulate it. Okay, can everyone see that? Maybe not. Hang on. There we go. It's not going to be very big. Apologise. Yeah, bad mouse. See you later, Des. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. So, I might have missed something on the chip. So ground, TX, RX. Did I get them the wrong way around? TX and RX, maybe? I wonder if I got them back to front. Maybe they don't need the 1K. Whoa. Did I put 1K or 10K? Oh, I might have stuck 10K resistors there instead of 1K. That could be a problem. Okay. Wow. Jeez. On a roll. I'm just getting rid of the schematic just for a second. So there might be a problem here. I might have stuck. Are these 10Ks or 1Ks? Why are you not reading? Hello, resistor? Look at that, can't even pick it. That's 1K, isn't it? Oh, you can't even see it. Oh my god. I gotta stop. I forgot I was zoomed in. Sorry. I'm trying to measure the these resistors. No, they're 1K. I mean, it's bad connection, but definitely 1K. So either I've got maybe the RX TX the wrong way around, or I've got, or it doesn't like the resistors there. Hello, Paul. Resistors. Hello, Brian. Just in time. D minus D1 shorted. I don't think so. I'll have a look. I don't think so. No, no shorts. Let's actually make sure they're connected though, right? Let me just check. Where's D0, D minus D1? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's quite possible. No, that's there. So D minus is good. D plus is good. Okay. So no, D minus and D plus are good. They're going all the way through to the chip. So I'm assuming that I made the assumption that TX and RX need to be reversed, obviously. So TX goes to RX and RX goes to TX, which I've done. Try bridging over the resistors. Yeah, the resistors are going to the chip, going to the module. So I should still see it. Time for a Guinness. Let's turn that off for a second. So the resistors are over here. They're going between the CH340 and the ESP32. So I should still see the chip on the USB port. And I shouldn't need to see anything else other than... all I need is D- and D+ to see this chip. So unless the chip is faulty... It's possible the chip's faulty. I mean... This is not a G, Rob. This is a C. It doesn't need a crystal. No. That's why I went for the C. I did put the C on it, didn't I? Not a G. Oh, that'd be sucky. Pretty sure it's a C. Wow, the flux has got rid of the top of my chip. Can't read it. Can't read the chip anymore. I'm pretty sure it's a C. Yep, 340C. CH340C, but it could be faulty. Hello, Andy Mouse. Yeah, I have. So the FTDI revision requires resistors on the RX and the TX. What happened here? Knocked off one of my resistors. Anyway, so yeah, I just kept the design the same. I literally just swapped out the FTDI with the CH340C. So, I can try taking it off and putting a different one on. See you later, Michael. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your help. Wow. Should I hot air it off and put another one on? I'm not convinced it's faulty, but it might be faulty. How do you check them? How would you check an IC like that? Yeah, the circuit diagram showed, because originally it was going to be a G. And just the footprint I had is for a G. And the C and G are the same. I hope they're the same. That could be another thing. Or did I just call it that? Where did I get this from? Where did I get the part from? Wow, okay. I wonder if if it's different pinout. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find a schematic for the 340C. CH340C. There's not a lot of data around for them. Obviously, because they're Chinese. And the data sheets are terrible. The ones that I've found so far, anyway. Trying to think of simply how reliable the buttons. These ones? They're good. They're great buttons. No problems. Not used the one that was on myself. What state does the RS232 pin need to be in for straight RX-TX? I don't know. Did you cool things? Oh, great. So I'm looking at the... Hang on, let me see if I can share this screen. Chrome. Okay. So, this is the fun I'm having here. So all the data sheets are in Chinese. Yeah, the chip's getting power. I've checked that already. There's 3 volts going in. So if you look at the 340G and the C, they're the same. The pinouts are the same. God, look at all the different revisions. Wow, it's crazy. Anyway, so I mean, I checked this before I put it together. It's the Chinglish that's the problem. Looms like... That's right. It's just the Xtel isn't required, and otherwise the pinouts are the same. So it should have just been a straight drop-in. I don't know what the 232 needs to be set to. Kind of hard to tell in Chinese. 232. What does this mean? Let's see if I can put this into Google Translate. Translate.google.com. Enable active high built-in pull-down. Auxiliary IRS 232 enable active high built-in pull-down. Link including... Okay, hang on a second. I did moderator. You're a moderator now. Did you cool things? Moderate the world, everyone. Doodles the engine motivity. I don't know what that means, Andy. Has an internal pull down. So okay, OS 232 mode disabled. Yep. That's what I assumed this meant in Google. Yeah, I can wait for the English one, but I'm pretty sure this is all I need to do. Hello, David. How you doing, mate? Welcome. Change the chip, then you know. Okay, let's just open in a new window. Link's gone. I don't know which link. Which link's gone? For long tea time here in Texas. Now you get on with it. It's so much cheaper in volume. I know. That's why I'm trying it instead of the. Oh, you can't see. It's exactly why I'm trying it out instead of using the FTDI, because it's so much cheaper. My stream just died horribly. USB data line pins connected on socket. Yes. Is my stream dead? Oh, please don't tell me my stream's dead. It says it's good here. Back on now. Weird. Sorry about that. Okay. That wasn't me. I hope it wasn't me. What was the question about the USB data line pins? You mean D minus D plus? Yeah, they're fine. I just traced those out. They're good. Oh, don't know what happened to the stream, folks. Sorry. Looks good here. Wow, almost... Well, it says almost 2 hours. It's been over 2 hours. It could just be my lovely internet. So if I go back to my Eagle schematic. Let's go back to Eagle. So this looks fine. RTS, DTR. I don't have to even worry about RTS and DTR because that's communicating with the module. I still should be able to see. And even, it doesn't matter if TX and RX are the wrong way around, because again, that's talking to the module. I talk to myself all the time. And even though I don't think I'm overly interesting to listen to. So I can should I try taking it off and putting another one on? I'm happy to do that if everyone wants to stick around, or don't have to stick around. Should I hot air it off and grab another one? Let me just find my 340s. I have a batch of 20. These little suckers here. So I'll take another one out, if I can. Don't know which end's open. Get out. If I can get it out, that is. Okay, so there's another one. Did you buzz out the USB connector pins to this? Yes, I did. Okay, let's do all that again. Come on, we'll do it all live again. We'll debunk. Okay, so okay, so everyone can hear that? Cool. So we've got D plus and D minus. Everyone hear that? So that's me tracing from the socket to the chip. So that's got to be good. That's from the top of the USB pin. But if you guys don't believe me, I will. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's not a matter of not believing me. I'm quite happy to just run my iron off them. I have to just give it a bit of a ping, so that I can see what I'm doing. And short check. Yeah, I checked shorts before. I'll check it again now that I've done this. I mean, they look connected, but they look connected before. Checking them to ground. Okay, so do short check first. I can't even get in here. Oh. I can't even see what I'm doing. Pretty funny. I keep hitting the shield. I need a magnifying glass. Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy to, wow, I can't. I need to do it closer to me, but then you guys can't see what I'm doing. I literally cannot see. I'm going to put my little glassy things on. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Might not be close enough. Now I look like a real nerd. Okay. Wow. Try that again. Okay,